Good morning, students. Welcome back. This is our geography class. We'll begin with the next chapter, that is chapter 2, and the topic is interior of the earth. In the previous classes, you have been introduced to rock types, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Let us recall and answer the questions. When earthquake occurs, what happens exactly? How are igneous rocks formed? What is a volcano? Which materials come out during a volcanic eruption? In which state of matter are these materials? Are these materials cool or hot, and why? You all must be thinking about the answers of these questions. Now let's see the second part, that is one experiment which is given. As we know, milk is in the liquid state. We boil it. Boil half a liter of milk. When the milk comes to a boil, switch off the gas. Keep the lid on the vessel. After 10 minutes, remove the lid. Take it to a side and tilt it. Observe what happens. What can you see on the milk? In what form do you see the layer of matter on the milk? Remove this layer of matter. Take note of the difference in the temperature of this matter and the milk and answer the following questions. Now children, this boiling of the milk is a daily activity which all our mothers or our ladies in the house carry out every day. Now, when these things are done, there are certain changes which occur and which can be observed. Now, what are these changes that we are going to discuss? Before boiling, the milk was in the liquid state. After it comes to a boil, steam started coming out from it. You must have observed when the steam starts coming, you will see that the layer of milk also starts rising up. After some time, a thick layer of cream develops over the milk. The temperature of the cream is lesser than the milk below. Thus, it can be implied that the creamy layer cooled faster than the milk below it, which remained hot and in the liquid form. A similar process occurred when the earth cooled. Now, when you do this experiment, just stand beside the gas stove and observe the boiling of the milk. You will find that this is a slow process which takes place. When the milk starts boiling, the cream is developed. And when the cream is developed, if you touch and see, the cream is much more cooler or it is not that hot as the milk. And another thing is that you will also notice a change in the state. First, as you see, the milk was in the liquid state, but when you touch and feel the cream, it has solidified. Not very hard, but it has formed a thick layer, a creamy layer over the milk. And the temperature among both the milk below and the cream on the upper side is different. Here you observe that these two things which you can see has something related to the formation of our earth. Yes, the scientists believe that the earth also was formed out of the solar system by itself. Initially, earth was in a gaseous state. It was like a gaseous hot balloon. It cooled down as it rotated around itself. The process of cooling took place from the outer surface towards the earth's center. As a result, the outer layer, which is also known as the crust of the earth, became cooler and solid. But as we move from surface to the core, heat increases, and at a certain depth, the interior of the earth is semi-liquid. Man has always been inquisitive about what lies in the interior of the earth. A direct observation of the earth's interior has not been possible as yet. Through various methods, the scientists have tried to estimate about the same. To inform about these, study of the materials coming out of the volcanic eruption and the seismic waves is most important. Matter coming out of the volcanic eruption consists of hot magma, gases, steam, etc. When lava cools down and solidifies, igneous rocks are formed. Through the estimate of the study of temperature, density, gravitational force, and pressure, the interior of the earth was understood. For instance, when we go deep into a mine, we feel an increase in temperature. Same way, the magma coming out of volcanoes from the earth's interior is hot. Such estimations were made by the geologists. Several earthquakes occur in various places on the earth every year. Seismic waves are generated. These waves travel through the interior of the earth. The study of their directions and velocity helps us to estimate about the interior of the earth. Man has also tried to dig deep bore holes in the interior to know more about the same. See, in the picture you can see a bore hole which is dug. Yes, you must have heard about the bore wells. Bore wells are used for extracting water from underground, and here these boreholes are made to study more about the interior of the earth. Now, think about it. Can we dig deep from one side of the earth and come out from the other side? Write your imaginations in your notebook. Then, do you know? Our earth was formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago. Initially, the earth was in a gaseous state. It started cooling through the process of radiation. The earth then liquefied. With time, the outermost part of the earth cooled first and became solid. This outermost layer of the earth is called the crust. Even today, outer planets of the solar system are in a gaseous state. Now we are going to learn more about the composition of the earth's interior. Now children, while going from the earth's surface to its core, major changes occur in the temperature and density. With respect to these two elements, the earth's interior can be divided into following layers. See on the screen, you can see the chart, the layer of the interior of the earth. It is divided into three parts. First is the crust, then the mantle, and then the core. Now, the crust itself is divided into two parts. First is the continental crust and the oceanic crust. Then you can see mantle also is divided into two parts. That is the upper mantle and the lower mantle. Then coming to the core, you find that the core is divided into two parts as well. The outer core and the inner core. This particular chart, children, you all will be making in your notebook. Now come down to the next picture, which you can see. The diagram showing the structure of the earth's interior. See in the inner part, the red ball which you can see is the inner core. Then the next layer which you see is the outer core. Then the next, the yellowish color, is the mantle. And the last layer which you can see is the crust, which consists both the continental crust as well as the oceanic crust. Now children, the crust is the uppermost layer of the Earth's surface, and it is in the solid state, and it is called the crust. Once again, the uppermost layer of the Earth's surface is in the solid state, and it is called the crust. The thickness of the crust is not the same everywhere. On an average, it is 30 to 35 kilometers thick. The thickness of the crust below the continent is from 16 to 45 kilometers under the mountain ranges and less than 10 kilometers under the ocean. As we move deeper under the surface, temperature increases. After that, the rate of increase in the temperature reduces and again increases in the core at the center of the earth. The temperature is around 5500 degree to 6000 degrees Celsius. The crust is the thinnest of all the layers when compared to the mantle and the core. It can be divided into two sublayers. Now children, just imagine the crust is which we live on. Now it is said to be the thinnest layer of the other two layers in the interior of the earth. Now in this also we are going to study the two different crust. One is the continental crust and the other is the oceanic crust. Now let's learn about the continental crust. The continents are mainly composed of silica and aluminium. Because of their high proportion in this layer, the layer was earlier known as Sial. That is, the chemical formula for silica is Si and for aluminium it is Al. So together it was known as Sial. The density of the continental crust is 2.65 to 2.90 grams per cubic centimeter. The thickness of this layer is approximately 30 kilometers. Granite rocks are mainly found in this layer. Now coming to the second layer or second crust is the oceanic crust. This is the second layer of the crust. It is made up of silica and magnesium. As silica stands Si and magnesium Ma, it was earlier called as Sima, that is SiMa. This layer is approximately 7 to 10 kilometers thick. The density of this layer is 2.9 grams per cubic centimeter to 3.3 grams per cubic centimeter. In this layer, basalt and gabbro rocks are mainly found. Now children, the elements found in various layers of the interior of the earth. See on the screen, you can see that blue box. Silica, aluminium, silica, magnesium, nickel and ferrous, that is iron. Now the density from the top you can see as you go down. From low the density changes to high. Now do you know there is a discontinuity between the continental crust and the oceanic crust. It was first deduced by a scientist called Conrad and is named after him as the Conrad discontinuity. There is a discontinuity between crust and mantle too. This discontinuity was deduced by a scientist called Mohorovičić. It has been named after him as the Mohs discontinuity. There is a discontinuity between mantle and core too. It has been named after Gutenberg, a scientist who discovered it. Now children, we will stop here. We have completed till the crust. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about the mantle and the core. So for now, I will be sending your notes for the first chapter which was remaining. You have to go through the PDF and write down the notes in your notebook. Thank you.